Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay Malone, and today I'm going to show you a video that I shot with my GoPro. If you're new to the channel and you would like to learn more about photography, drones, technology, and other related things, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. When you do, tap the little bell icon next to it. That way you won't miss anything. A few days ago, I went to shoot a video of a brand new home that was just built. And I decided to use this GoPro Karma Grip for the steady shots moving through the house. I'm gonna roll the clip, but stay tuned to the end because I want to talk about my camera settings as well as the difficulties that I faced while shooting this video. Okay, so that video wasn't fixed up with all the frills, the fancy text, any information about the house. That was just the video. But I want to talk about my camera settings first off. In case you're not familiar with the GoPro Karma Grip, that's what this is. It's basically a Steadicam for the GoPro. And as you can see here while I'm shaking my hand, the GoPro is staying quite steady. It works pretty well. I actually like this. I've shot a few different things on this. I shot some video at a state park, which was really cool. Click on that link up there if you'd like to see it. It turned out really neat. But let's talk about settings. I shoot this on the 2.7K 60 frames per second linear mode. I like the linear mode, that way it doesn't give a lot of distortion. Since it's a wide angle camera here, the linear mode kind of straightens everything out a little bit. I like that better. The 60 frames per second tends to work pretty good when you're doing this. You can actually slow it down then to 30 frames per second and get some really smooth looking footage with this. The 2.7K I think just looks better than the 1080. Also, it allows you to punch in if you need to and not lose any video quality. So that's the settings. Now let's talk about the difficulties that I faced while shooting this video. First off, and probably the worst thing about this video, is the difference in color of lighting. If you'll roll the footage back and take a look at it, you'll notice when I go from room to room, sometimes the coloring is different. Or if you'll look at a room in the distance, you'll notice that it looks very orange or maybe very bright white or bluish color. That's because the bulbs were a different color temperature. Some were balanced for daylight balance bulbs, some were incandescent bulbs, some were LED light fixtures that you can't change bulbs, so it was pretty difficult to try to get a consistent look here. It was pretty overcast that evening and there was not enough light to just shut off all the lights inside and use the natural light. That didn't work, so I had to have all the lights on in the house. Therefore, you'll see this discrepancy in the color, and really there's not a whole lot I could have done unless I would have talked with them beforehand and said, hey, let's change out the bulbs. But in this case, it was a brand new house, had different types of light fixtures, some that you couldn't change the bulbs, and it just made it difficult. Now, I tried to fix some of this in editing. I would cut my clips and I would adjust the color balance for one room and then cut it again and adjust it for the next room. That was pretty much the only thing I could do to get a usable video for this project. When you're shooting stills, you can adjust the pictures differently. Your editing is a little bit easier than it is with this video. So yeah, the still photography turned out much better than the video in this case. So if you're going to shoot video inside and you're going to do a real estate video, I highly recommend that you contact the homeowner first and suggest changing the bulbs. Suggest going with all daylight balance bulbs. That's what I would recommend. I think it would result in a lot cleaner and a lot better looking video. The second thing that I dealt with was my shadows. I had light sources coming from the window, light from overhead, light coming from the hallway, and it made it very difficult to walk through this house without casting a shadow on the walls. And when you're shooting wide angle with a GoPro, you pretty much capture everything. So it was very tough not to get my shadows in this footage. I left a few shadows in that video footage, that way you could see what I was talking about. But for the most part, I cut them out. I would either crop in on the video footage or else I would just make a cut in the video to try to eliminate showing my own shadows. I was mainly there to shoot still photography, so I really wasn't prepared to do video. I just kind of decided that I'm going to do some video with this. And if I'd have been better prepared, I would have took along some video lights such as this to try to illuminate it better and to kind of do away with some of those shadows. In the end, I think the GoPro Karma Grip done its job fine. There really wasn't any problems with that. The problems that I faced was with the different color lighting and then also the shadows. So keep those two things in mind. If you're ever shooting any real estate video, think about the color temperature or the color balance of your lighting. Plus, watch out for your shadows. You want to try to eliminate those as much as possible. And that's it for today's video. I hope you either enjoyed it or maybe it helped you in some way. If it did, please hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the different color lighting in this house. Is it something that stood out to you? Is it something that you didn't think about until I talked about it? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. Leave it in the comments below. If you want to see some more of my videos, click over here. And if for some reason you're not already subscribed to my channel, click on my face in the little circle subscribe icon right below this video. That'll get you subscribed. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, God bless.